Karen, how are you?
Really good, Will. Great to see you.
Yeah, it's mad to think that we're so far along the class with the guys on the ability program that we're going to be talking about class project now today.
The time has just flown, but I think this is a really exciting part. Again, this is a new part, so I'm really excited to see what they come up with. But I think we need to talk about it a little bit ourselves and figure out maybe what we want from the participants, what we're thinking, share our ideas with them.
Yeah, we did start the conversation in the last class and we had some good ideas there. So maybe I might see if we can remember some of them and we'll try and sketch it out here on the screen and we can talk through it as we go and see what we come up with. And of course, this is only just some thoughts and ideas today.
Yeah.
When we actually do the session in class, you'll be able to go through it all with the students. CLASS project. There has to be a citizen science angle, right? Was there?
Yeah, I think so. This, seeing as this whole course is about citizen science. So how do we bring that angle in?
What sort of things did we cover already in the sessions? And I mean, what are we going to be covering going forward in terms of wildlife?
So in terms of wildlife, yes, the first major thing that we covered was woodlands and trees. That was our first, I suppose, real session covering something. But I think we've covered loads of stuff even before then. Yep, we've talked about otters, birdsong.
Number of things there, Karen, isn't there?
There is already, and we're not even halfway through. Well, we are halfway through. And what's coming up will be the topics on rivers. So there's a whole bunch that we'll be talking about. We'll be talking about river invertebrates. Probably mention fish. After rivers, we'll be talking about meadows, and then, wow, then your options really open up. Wildflowers, all sorts of insects, pollinators, different sorts of birds that we might see in our gardens.
Yeah, and you know, another thing we covered, it's not just about the species, but it's the places that they're in. So it, like we've mentioned, woodland here and trees. Tree is a species, but trees can also provide a habitat. And the meadow that you mentioned, that's a habitat. But it may be that we just ask people to tell us what are the places that are important to them? What are the really special nature places?
And that fits in well with the significant tree project, because that special nature place might be a tree.
Exactly. So, I mean, there's a good few things there. We'll cap it off with etc. I mean, there's more to follow. That's the citizen science angle here for us. That they're the sort of things we think people might end up recording or working with in terms of what they might input into a project. Yeah. Now, I think from what I remember, you and I, we said we would like the idea of producing a video at the end of this program, yeah?
Yeah, I think people really enjoy watching videos. I don't think we got sick of it yet. It's a really good way to exactly share the story.
And it doesn't just have to be video content. It could be somebody could do a voice recording, couldn't they?
Yep, a voice recording of how they're finding the project, something that they've spotted, something that they've learned. We've already been seeing some great art being produced, so we know that can easily become part of what we share with people.
Does that make sense? What I'm saying at the end, that we put it all together as a video collage.
Yeah.
That we gather all these bits and pieces from everyone, whether it's a video that you managed to take of a fox, or it's a beautiful photo of your special tree that's important to you, or it's a place where you saw a robin and you could take a picture of the place, or it might be a photo of a record that you put onto the Wildbrook Citizen Science portal. I mean, that was one of the things I think actually to remember, that we did ask people, if everyone in the class could give it a go to put some records into the Wildbrook Citizen Science portal. That's a way for us to create a picture of the wildlife and biodiversity that participants of this class are actually seeing and actually interacting with.
Yeah, that's a great record of what they've learned as well, and something that everyone else can see and that we can share with people.
Okay. So on the one hand there, we have the sort of things that, the ways in which people could input to the class project. They can share a story. They could of course write that, written. Yeah. Okay. Any way they want. They can capture nature footage. They could do art, take photos, and we'll gather all that information together and put it into a video and edit it together. Now, maybe it'll be you or I, Karen, who do the editing of that, but there's also the possibility that people in the class can participate in that too, right?
Absolutely. Every bit of help with that will be greatly appreciated, because editing is as much an art form as anything else. You need creative types.
We might need to help each other in the class. Like somebody might be good at doing art, or somebody might be good at taking photos, and maybe they could help their classmates. They could give them some useful tips of how to do it in a better way. And I mean, that's going to be part of this as well. As we move through the program, we don't expect people to just know how to do the things we're asking them to do. So there'll be a bit of trial and error. And if you tried something out and it went wrong first, and then you discovered where you went wrong, and you learned the real secret of how to do it right, then maybe that's the big way you can help out your classmates, is to share with them what you learned and tell them how to do it in the right way from what your experience was.
That's a really nice idea for anyone who wants to try out something new.
Yeah. I mean, another thing that might be needed with this is we're going to produce this video, provided everyone is still up for it when we talk about it in the next class. But if we produce the video, is this going to be a video just for us to watch, or is it going to be a video that we might share with others?
I hope it would be one that we can share with others, but of course that depends on everyone's permission and how everyone feels about it.
It does. So that's certainly something to speak about with everyone. And if somebody doesn't want to have the shared, and we can talk about that, and it mightn't be a problem to keep it something that's not shared, or it might mean that we need to present it in a certain way. So, you know, if somebody was a bit shy and they didn't want to have anyone know that they were included in the video, but we're saying we want everyone to contribute something, well then maybe that might mean that all that comes in from that person is a few dots on a map from records that they had put on the Wildbrook Citizen Science portal, and no one has to know who it came from. Or it can be a photo of a special tree, but we don't have to say whose special tree it is.
Yeah.
So we can keep this stuff, we can present it in such a way that whoever's viewing the video need not know who, you know, the stuff came from. And then if there are people and they want to share the story and say, you know, hi, my name is Karen, or my name is William, and this is what I done, maybe we can do that sort of stuff too. But certainly we need to have a conversation about that aspect of this project the sharing aspect of it beyond the class. Because this video, I think we'll end up doing a great job. So far, the participants of this class have been really great at interacting on this course, and I would expect from that they'll do a great job for us. And if we're going to share, I think what we produce will be well worthy of sharing, and lots of people would like to see it. So it's important before we take any step like that we have a chat with each other about it.
Yeah.
Aha. See, Karen, I'm learning new things here with the annotation tool. Oh, I'm getting lost. Where was I? Are we missing anything from our screen, do you think?
Let's see. We've covered citizen science. We've covered a couple of ideas that we can come up of things we want people to do. We've raised a very important question. Yeah. So that is going to be one of the things the participants, we're really going to need their help with. Because I bet they can come up with some ideas that we just would never think of.
And of course, another thing that we could do is we can pick, it can just be all about citizen science, all about nature, all about well-being in the outdoors, okay? Or we can pick a particular theme. So we could decide we want this project to be all about flowers, you know, flowers on trees, flowers in meadows, flowers that are important to birds, flowers that are important to bees. It could all be based around flowers, or it could all be based around water, or it could all be based around Middleton. You know, we could choose a place to celebrate as part of the video. We could choose, as I said, a type of a thing, a flower or a tree. So that's something to think of as well, that we just want it to be random. It's all about learning to be a citizen scientist, or do we want to pick themes? And if we do pick themes, we could pick the one theme, we could pick multiple themes, but it's something to think of when you're putting the video together. It's almost like, what are the chapters of this video that we're going to produce? Does that make sense to you?
It does, yeah. That might be something then if we see there's something that really resonates with the participants, it's something that they're really enjoying, maybe we can start throwing out some themes to them.
Yeah. Another one, I remember, I think we were talking about this maybe with Danielle, and she was saying how, you know, being a citizen scientist is important, and it's a way for you to do your part for nature, do your part for your community, do your part for your country. It's about being an active citizen, a responsible citizen. So citizenship could be a theme within this as well. You know, and another one for me and you, Karen, we set out in this class, we really believe in this sort of stuff, and we think it's important to be able to teach people about citizen science, because from our experience, it's really important for conservation, for wildlife species, and so on, but it's also really important for ourselves, because we get great satisfaction out of doing this, and we find that it's a really healthy thing to get involved in. So we set out wanting to be able to share that with others and figure out how to teach people. So a theme running through our journey to be a Wildworks citizen scientist course so far has been about William and Karen trying to figure out how to teach people about this stuff in an online way. So that could be the theme as well, you know, Will and Karen's journey as they learned how to teach people about citizen science.
It could be. I'd like to see less of my face though. Too much Zoom.
Yeah.
But you're right. That has been an important part of this course, has been our journey as well as the participants. So yeah, I think we will be part of the video whether we prefer to or not. I think.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a big screen there now. It's filling up. Words are starting to cover each other over. So the idea of this here was just to give people an idea, really, for us to get our heads around it, and anyone watching this, hopefully it'll help you get your heads around the project too. We'll figure it all out when we discuss it in class. So thanks everyone for watching this video. We hope that you enjoyed it. So from myself and Karen, bye-bye.
See you later.